this is Beth Castellini with Lizzie Stamps, and today I wanted to show you some of the new products that are in our new spring mini catalog. We're going to be working with this sweet collection, and it's called Forever Love. This sweet collection comes with the Lifetime of Love bundle, which is the stamp set and dies. It comes with the Pretty Peacock gold 3/8 of an inch metallic ribbon. It comes with these beautiful Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock foiled gems. And it also comes with gold foiled flower cards and envelopes. You get 10 of each. And then also this wonderful Forever Love 12 by 12 specialty designer paper. Colors that are used in this collection are Petal Pink, Moody Mauve, Pretty Peacock, Very Vanilla, and gold foil. Some of the paper, the dies can cut out. So what I've done is I have already taken my hexagon punch and I've punched out from this designer this side, and then here's the other side of it, just some nice geometric lines. And then on this piece right here, there are some, and you can fussy cut these out, but I did cut out some of them, and I have them right here. So these are the two that we'll be using to die cut out. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we're going to do, and I'm using my wonderful glass mat that is available right now as an option for those who would like to try Stampin' Up! Out during the month of January and February. This option comes with this wonderful glass mat that's heat tempered. It's got the grid in metric and inches. Comes with this great silicone mat that sticks to the surface. And I have all of my blocks already that I'm using today, as well as my ink pads. So I'm going to show you how those ink pads work. Also comes with this great 8 1/4 square chamois. It's smaller than our chamois that we have, and I really like it. It's nice. It stays wet, and I just keep it in my DVD case so when I'm using it. So I'm going to keep that to the side for a minute. So the first thing, here's the card that we're going to make. Isn't that so pretty? And it's using everything that's in the suite except for the sentiments. But I do use the stamp set and the dies from this Forever Love collection. I'm using the gold foiled note cards and envelopes, and I'm using the gems. And on the inside, I just stamped the floral image. And here is the back side of the envelope. I wanted to show you the laser cut. These are very vanilla. And I'm going to show you what I did to give it some color. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fold my note card in half. And you could color the flowers in if you wanted to. You could watercolor them. You could use a sponge dauber. But what we're going to do today is I am going to be using one of our smaller brushes. These are our blending brushes. And I'm going to be using Moody Mauve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up like this. And I'm going to open up my Moody Mauve ink. And what's great about this is that it won't necessarily move around. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use circular motions with the blending brush to add color. I don't want to add color to the whole front of the card. I just want to add a little. And notice I'm going off first, and this is so nice because it glides so nicely from the glass mat onto your card front. So I just want that much. I don't want a lot. All right, so I'm going to take my chamois and wipe it right off. Look at that. It's all nice and clean. All right, so now let's do the envelope. Well, we've got the blending brush handy. And again, I'm going to just take the blending brush with the Moody Mauve and just brush it onto the flat part of the envelope. There you go. All right, let's clean that off so we're ready for the next. Okay, how handy is that? I think it's so great. So let's go ahead, and I did want to tell you that the inside part where you lick the envelope is underneath the laser cut part, okay? So you can see that. So that's where you would lick it. So I think that's great. Look how pretty that is. Now what we're going to do is we are going to let's stamp our sentiment. So I'm going to take, actually, Pretty Peacock first. Move this to the side. And I have this image, and this is from the Hexagon, Heartfelt Hexagon. This is in the mini catalog, and it has some great sentiments, but I love the new Hexagon, Heartfelt Hexagon punch. I really like it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be stamping this outlined dotted image in Pretty Peacock. And the other nice thing, since these are clear photopolymer, and normally when I was working on my other work surface, I would go ahead and have my foam mat. But when you're working with this glass mat, it just stamps perfectly, nice and smooth. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. I think it's so nice. Actually, I stamped with this one, not the other one. Sorry. Then I'm going to go ahead and come back to my Moody Mauve, and I have the saying, sending you lots of love and hugs. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in Moody Mauve, and then I'm going to stamp right inside the hexagon. There you go. All right. And then this time around, instead of using the Pretty Peacock for the floral image, I'm going to go ahead and use Moody Mauve on the inside of the card. Okay, now we're all set. And here is the Lifetime of Love that comes in the Forever Love Suite. Again, it's beautiful floral image, and then with this wonderful script writing. My daughter's getting married in June, so this is definitely going to be a keepsake that I'll be able to make lots of cards for her. And then the dies are right here. You have this wonderful ornate, delicate die here, and then you have these images from the stamped image, and then you also have some other freehand dies in here. Now what I'm going to do is use my hexagon punch. I always like to hold it upside down. I don't like holding it this way. I like being able to see my stamped image, and I line it up with the punch and push down, and there you go. If you ever have trouble with your punches and they aren't punching nicely, take a piece of foil and punch out some of the images with foil, and that will sharpen them back up. Then what we're going to do is now we need to cut our pieces from here that I cut out, and then we're going to use the mini, and here's the mini emboss and cut machine. And I have my plates for this. I have my number 1 plate, and I have my number 2 plate, and then I'm going to lay the dies, and I have a piece of washi tape as well to help keep them on. Here we go. Okay. And I've got a piece of washi tape right here. I don't need a lot. I just need enough to just hold it on there for me. And then I'm going to take, when I'm using the smaller, the mini, I don't like to lay each plate on top of one another. I like to scatter it, if you can see that. And then push it through, and it goes right through. This is a great machine if you're just learning about die cutting or embossing. We have so many dies, and we do have smaller embossing folders that will be able to be used in this mini. So the mini is a great way just to try it out. And then now we've got this one already die cut out. All right, so let's get all our pieces together now. So like I said before, when I showed you this card, I made an outline with the hexagon. And how I did that with this paper is I'm going to take my scissors and I am just going to cut this in half. So I'm just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a straight cut. I'm just going to cut it in half. Okay. Then I'm going to take my multi-purpose glue and I'm going to add a little bit. So I'm just going to add some right here. Let's do that one first. And then I just want it just so it's got that little bit of a border. There we go. Just like that. And now let's do the other side. This is what I love about our punches. So they're not just for punching out sentiments, but you can also use them in, like I'm using it right now, to give a little bit of an outline. And I like using the multi-purpose glue because it helps me move it around. There. I think that looks great. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder again and just flatten this out a little bit more. There. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals and put on the back. There we go. Of the sentiment, and I'm going to now, I'm going to put it right over here to the side. I don't want it in the middle. I want it over a little bit so you can see a little bit of the blending. All right, so then the next thing, when you're adhering pieces of paper like I'm doing right here, because I want it to go like this, so I'm going to add dimensionals right here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue so that when I adhere it to the card, I'm just going to add the glue right on the very edge. So it will just be right over the label, the front. So I'm going to take these off, and then I'm going to go ahead and just, I don't want the S to be covered, but so now what's nice is that it's adhered by glue and dimensionals, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing right here. So I only want a little bit of glue here. Just a little bit, and then one dimensional over here. Okay. There we go. How pretty is that? Very simple, just using that heartfelt hexagon bundle and the punch and the paper. I love that the dies cut out the paper and that beautiful Forever Love specialty paper. And now it's time to use our gems. So I've added 3 right here in the Petal Pink. I think the petal, because I didn't want to put the pretty peacock embellishments on, I just wanted it very subtle. So I'm going to take my pick tool. And what I like to do when you get your packaging, so you don't have to keep opening and closing the flap, all I do is I cut a slit on the side so they are easy to pull out. All right, so we're going to be using 3. And I'm going to start with a little one. So I'm using my pick tool. I'm going to put one right there. And then I'm going to add a big one. And if you'll notice, I'll show it, but there are these beautiful gold flecks that are infused with these embellishments. So I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. Do you see the beautiful gold flecks? I love it. I just love. All right. So that's it. That's how quick and easy this card is. It's simple, but it's bold and it makes a statement. But these beautiful gold foiled note cards and envelopes are definitely a must to have on your list. So I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you'd like to, you can go to my website at lizziestamps.stampinup.net to see all of the products used in this video. Then you can also follow me on Instagram at Lizzie Stamps and also on Facebook at Lizzie Stamps Stamping Up. All right, so I hope you really enjoyed this video and I hope you want to give it a try. So have a great day and happy stamping.